Whatever I wanted to do, I did. When you're starting to get old, it's a mindset. You see 40 people that are already old. You have every day and the time goes away. Live a life first. My name is Micheal, and I feel 69. I think I'm still quite young at heart, I'm not worried about age. Age is a number. I wasn't a conformist. I always took the easy way out, not really, but I enjoyed life. I rode motorbikes. I liked fast cars, things like that. I enjoyed life, and I still do. I became an electrician when I came out of school, and I worked for Clinic Holding, a company that's actually Netcare today. So I had a great life. I had a car, I had an office. I lived well. I had a good life. Well, different at the moment is that I'm in here. I'm not as wild as I used to be. I went to clubs. I didn't like authority. I wanted to do what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it. Somebody couldn't tell me, you can't do this and you can do that. I just did it. I regret not putting away enough money. I spent a lot of money and I didn't look after it. It's not as easy as it could be for these years of my life. I shouldn't have to even think about it. I was in a position that I didn't. Now I do. That when you're young and you're making money and you can work hard, you've got to work hard and think of these days that when you can't work. Whatever I wanted to do, I did. And I never thought of the future. I never thought I'd reach this age. I used to say to myself, my health. I never looked after myself. And that's the problem. I'm suffering for that today. Like my son says to me, Dad, you and Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones are going to die together. And you're going to switch the lights off. You'll live, you'll never die. They can't kill you. I've had my pancreas removed. I've had a lot of operations. I had heart attacks and everything. But I don't know. When you get old, when you're starting to get old, it's a mindset. You can do this and you can't do that, but you can do everything that you did when you were 40, say. I see people are 70 that are already old, but then you see 40 people that are already old. There's nothing I can't really do. When I was 50, I thought, geez, 70. I'll never make 70. You have every day is another day, and you just need to roll into them, and the time goes away. People like that, and just sit the whole day, like a terror. It's heartbreaking. People that they work their whole lives and end up like that. I've been married twice. My last marriage lasted 32 years, and then we got divorced. But don't get married too young. Live a life first. Don't just, like my first wife, it was a different marriage. She died. And I never had children, so it was just like a girlfriend, really. My second wife, we got married, and but some of the years was okay. But the last 10 years and it's a lot of my fault. I was like, she didn't like to go out too often. I used to go, I went overseas on my own. I went with a friend, and it caused a lot of conflict in the marriage. And I had a choice, either buckle down or buckle out. So I buckled out. Be very careful. Once you've got children, you can't get out of it. Well, you can, but I stayed a long time for children to bring them up and send them to private schools. You got to sacrifice a lot when you get married. And I wasn't ready to sacrifice. I gave them everything material, but I was never a father that played soccer with them, or I'd rather be sitting with my mates having a couple of drinks, and sit and get on my bike with them, and things like that. You got to make a choice that I'm going to give up all of that and lead this normal married life, settled down life, and to have kids and look after, play soccer, do things with them, be part of their lives, not just being there and handing out money, The only thing I would change is spend more time with them. Instead of spending time with my mates, I would spend the time with them. It wasn't the right thing to do, You drink quite a bit. I was never abusive or I was actually quite a happy person, never violent or anything like that, but it does affect them. I can't say what's the happiest moment. I mean, well, when my kids were born, I wasn't a good father. My one son said to me, Dad, you never played with soccer with us, But my father never did that either. So maybe you do take on a bit of where you come from. I always believed that I could do something else. I could always carry on. And I always did. I had my own businesses. It was very hard for me to take orders. So I had to work for myself. And it motivates you. If it's your own business, you're motivated. Much more than working for somebody. If he comes out of school, you must go to university. Any business you want to do. I mean, education is the most important thing you got to do. I find it hard to work with somebody. I worked with my brother for years. It went well when we split up. Then I had strangers who were partners, and that wasn't great. I would never do that again. I was staying in a halfway house for a while. Then I decided I don't want to stay like this. And I came here myself. I wouldn't have minded if it wasn't a locker, and that's why I came. I know I needed somewhere. I couldn't stay alone. I didn't eat well and I'm diabetic. I don't feel I'm ready for this. Maybe in a year's time or 2 years' time I'll become like that. Hopefully not, but if I do, then it's fine. But I think if you had all your senses, to be here is very difficult for me. I never thought I'd get old.